Hey everybody, it's time to do my weekly Splinterlands video where I talk about the town hall and I go over some of the updates on our pack buy we're doing and just talk about some of the other things in the Splinterland worlds. And I'm sorry, I know the market is not very good right now. Just a quick little recap of why the overall crypto market might be going down in my opinion. We're reaching the end of the year. It's some time when people decided to take some profits. Some people take some profits. It pushes the market down even more. People need to get money ready to pay their taxes. It's a reason I had to sell some of my crypto. Some people have to do some other things like need money to buy Christmas gifts, need money to purchase maybe a house because they finally got enough. I mean, crypto went on quite a run and now we're in a downtrend. Unfortunately, this is just part of the crypto cycle. I've been in crypto for a long time. I've only had a bigger stack of money really realistically in about the last year, with Splinterlands really blowing up, with Townstar and Towncoin coming out, and I'm earning a lot of those. And just there's some other projects that I was in that just, finally really got to where they were going a little bit, and those projects have made me a decent amount of money. Now, as we're getting into the end of the year, people will figure out their tax bills. They might have leftover money. We could see that coming back in. There's all kinds of other things. But also right now is a good time to be looking to if you are capable of purchasing things in the ecosystem, because the Splinterlands cards are getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And I can understand if you want to hold off until next month when the general sale happens. But because there's a possibility a lot more cards will come into the marketplace and they'll be a little bit cheaper. So if that's what you're planning to do, you can take that chance. I don't know whether they'll be cheaper than they are now in the future. In general, you would think they would, but also once the general sale happens and people see how fast it sells out, if it sells out or if it doesn't sell out, the market will probably adjust really quickly to the demand that is actually out there for these cards. A lot of us have been doing stuff to get extra money. Quick note, if you're a fan of my channel but you only watch the Splinterlands stuff, you might want to check out my new FIghtland video. It's my next project after Splinterlands that I think is a good time to get into early. The game hasn't started yet, so if you watch it, you like it, you buy any of that stuff on wax, just know you got to hold it for a bit. But I'm also giving away some packs of their cards from the very first pack sale that were donated to me from the team. So that's pretty cool that a team reached out to me. My channel's getting big enough to where at least one team said, hey, here's some stuff, give it to your community because they want to bring some of you into their game. But I also want to give you a chance to get into that. So if you're into wax at all, have a wallet, you should probably check this out. It'll show you how to get into the pack giveaway. I'm doing it on Christmas Eve, and then maybe you'll get lucky and maybe you'll learn about a project that I see a very good future in. And I'm going to be doing a video pretty soon where I just kind of talk about play to earn games and which play to earn games might succeed and which ones might not. In my opinion, I might not be the number one person you think to do that for you, but I got into Splinterlands, did great. Got into Gala Games and Townstar and did pretty well there. Have stayed away from some of the other ones, missed out on those ones. But nobody's going to hit all of these games, right? My thoughts is to more talk to you about what kind of games I see actually succeeding and a problem I see in the space. So if you want to see that, let me know. So we're going to get into this. So I've got the town hall over here pulled up. But before that, we always know when I do these weekly videos, I give away 1,000 DEC. Sorry, the DEC is not worth as much anymore. So look, unfortunately, not that many people entered. But good for you. If you did enter, you have a much bigger chance of winning now. It's a 1 in 9 for this week. And I've always given away 1,000 DEC, whether or not it was only worth $1 back in the day. And it was worth $10 a few weeks ago. So congratulations to Joe Yo-Yo or Joyo. I don't know exactly how that should be pronounced, but we'll send you your 1,000 DEC. One of the nice things, if you're entering this, if you're a newer player, as DEC value goes down, its buying power in the store tends to stay kind of relatively similar, because the game, the cards have a lot of their value derived currently from the DEC value. And that's because cards have a burn value in DEC. So they can never drop below, in theory, what their DEC value is, because people already have bots that would come and buy them and would go ahead and push us to the next level. Now, that is really something that used to protect us in the past from the prices going kind of too low, But that was when we were in a different world, when DEC used to trade under 1,000 to $1. Even in this down market, we're still 5x above that. So we've come a long way, even though we've come back from the 10x past that. We're still in a pretty good range where a lot of you are earning a lot more than those of us who used to play this game in the past. But those of us who played it in the past have very strong collections. It's pretty gross how much my collection went down in the last week. But I was never really planning to sell a lot of those cards. I did, in one of my past videos, tell you that I did sell off some of my cards, and I think I did a pretty good job calling what I thought was the top of the market. I sold off a lot of my alpha and beta summoners that were on my alt accounts, and I was always planning to replace those summoners with Chaos Legion summoners because I knew that those would be cheaper than the current price of those alpha and beta ones. And so I do feel like I made the right move for myself. We'll have to tell in a few months to a year whether or not that was the right move for the game. We don't know the kind of bonuses that those alpha and beta summoners might get in the land expansion, because the land expansion, none of us really know everything about it yet. We just know hints of what's going to happen. They haven't done an official announcement of how that economy is going to work, and hopefully we'll be seeing that soon. So now let's get into the town hall. If you didn't watch it, if you've been watching these a lot, the first half was a little bit boring and a little bit exciting. So there were some very quick updates that were given to us by Aggro, Jaggermat, and Hardpoint, and that was the changing of the lineup of them. Aggro still is going to be the co-founder and like chief FOMO officer is what he calls himself, but Matt is moving away from being the CTO and being the chief product officer. And I don't know if they captured this perfectly because they maybe weren't perfectly aligned, but to me what this means is Matt is going to get back into the idea of designing the game, designing the land, finalizing what that's going to be, designing the new cards for the next set, designing any changes that they want to do to the overall environment of the game, while Hardpoint is going to make the game run. Now, that's not typically what a chief technology officer does normally, but they're a small enough unit still at this point to where the CTO is not going to be a full management position. So Hardpoint has really impressed me in the AMAs. He's shown a lot of passion for this game. He's impressed them. I don't know this, I'm not on the inside, but the team has said that he's very good at doing stuff. And so now he's going to be in control of basically hiring, staffing, and just keeping Splinterlands up and running so we don't fall into maintenance. And as we go into this next phase of the game with this big sale coming out and possibly a lot more assets in the marketplace, a lot more people playing the game, because there could be some people right now who are in the game and they only play it a tiny bit because they're waiting to get their Chaos Legion cards and actually get to a level where they can earn. Then those players might be becoming players that play every day, and we could see a big trend in those first couple weeks after the general sale launches next month. They did talk about that Homestead Hacker is becoming the community moderator lead, so that's pretty good. You want to see them in the Discord, having people, answering and really working on that. I try to do that sometimes, but I am a maverick, a big holder. I know a lot about the game, but I don't get paid for doing that, so I'm not going to sit in there all day and answer questions for people. But it's nice to see that they're doing those kind of things. Chatter had some exciting announcements about some big marketing pushes they're going to be coming out with. And also one of the things that they came out with, which was really nice, is that they're actually going to make some backgrounds and some like streaming kits as far as media kits for streamers and content producers. That's pretty exciting because I know for me, I like making these videos and stuff, but probably my biggest weakness, and you guys would notice, I'm not the best thumbnail maker, I'm not the best editor, I don't know how to set up my screen. Like, I would love to have like a little frame that said Splinterlands around me, but I don't know how to make those things, and I don't make anything for my YouTube videos realistically, and I just am fresh. I'm not a crypto millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire. I'm doing really well, but it goes up and it goes down, so I'm not to the point where I'm going to be hiring people and stuff, but we'll get back into the update here. But basically, but that was kind of exciting. I wanted to see those kind of things. We got a little bit more eye candy and things like that. If you want to check that out, you'll need to watch the video, come to their post. But the real alpha leaks came out of the Q&A, which is kind of funny because I watched the first half and to me it was a little bit boring. It's like, yeah, you move some people around, yeah, you're going to do some marketing, yeah, okay, there's some cool little things here, but where's the big things? But in the question and answers section, they got asked some questions that led us to some pretty good nuggets of information. So the first nugget is that the next two cards that they're going to drop most likely are going to be legendary, which means that Matt pretty much they're going to be legendary unless they can't make them legendary. But the other thing that Matt kind of hinted at, and he didn't really say this directly, but you could tell it from the way he was talking, that they understand that they're not going to be able to use the same math that they used in Untamed when they were giving these out. And this is one of the things I've been talking about in my pre-sale group, that if you use the same math that you used for Untamed for the legendary airdrops, we'd be looking at the first airdrop being a 1 in 425. So that means you would have to buy 425 packs just to get one regular. And you'd times that by 50 to get a gold. So that's just an astronomical number, right? Almost nobody bought that many packs in the first pre-sale. Even our group didn't buy enough packs, I think, to guarantee a gold, and we got a fifth place. So it's like, what are you going to do here? And so they hinted that they're going to be adjusting that math. We're going to see a post pretty soon with those 2 legendary cards and see what their guaranteed drops are going to be. I'm guessing that we're going to end up not with something like Dr. Blight, but that they're going to figure out some way to start us out with something with around 1 in 100 to 1 in 200, somewhere in that range, because they don't necessarily want to airdrop a ton of these cards because they want to protect the value, but I don't think they want to start at 425. So I think they're going to do something to the original equation where it changes it around, especially because this set has a lot more legendary cards. But the other thing that they mentioned during this time is that they won't just have a guaranteed drop of a legendary card per pack for regular, they'll do it for gold. They did not do that in Untamed. So in Untamed, you just had to be lucky, and if to get one, theoretically, you had to have enough packs to get 50 cards dropped to you, because then the 2% chance for one to go gold legendary should hit mathematically, but you still weren't guaranteed one. You still might not get one. You might just get 50 regulars. Well, now they're telling us that whatever number that they pick, they're going to also theoretically multiply that number by 50, and that'll be the number to get a guaranteed gold legendary, unless for the airdrops they do something special and lower it even more. Now that was really, really exciting news for me and my group and the card auction account, and because we are pushing to do a big pre-order here in about the next week here, because we have to do it before the 28th, and we've already got a commitment. If we look at the commitment, I've talked about this in the past, of 38,000 packs. I'm buying 2,000. I'm not even one of the bigger people here. There's a whole bunch of people. There's a 4,000, a couple different 2,000s, 3,000s, and so we're going to be figuring out in the Discord how we're going to do our payments. We had a talk with Agro. One of the things he's doing for people who are in the pre-sale, is if we fill that account up with credits, he'll just deduct the credits from the account to make the payment. So that's going to make things a lot more simple. We can start taking payments. You can send in your money and we can convert them into credits, and then the account will just have a lot of credits on it, and you'll be able to look at the account and know that it has all those credits on it if you know how to do that. And we'll be posting updates on how much credits are on the account. But that also means that you can't really get rug pulled, because nobody else can do anything with credits, right? So if we've turned your money into credits, you can't do anything with those. You can't transfer them, you can't move them out, you can't go to the bank. So it's an added layer of security as we get into, for us, even though Marcus has already done a pre-sale and done everything honestly, he's still having all his land held by Dave McCoy to protect us, and that's $300,000 worth of land. Now I know that as this pre-sale gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you could start to worry a little bit, but I'm not worried at all. I know we're going to get our packs and everything's going to go through pretty good, because not only does he have all that land, he has a giant account, he has his YouTube channel, he has his Twitch streams, and if he were to take that all away, he'd be giving away all of that things to us, and the Splinterlands team would probably still find a way to make us all whole. So I feel comfortable with all of this. The other thing that was kind of interesting to hear in there, I mean, really that was the big one, was just that we're going to get guaranteed gold cards on the airdrop, and we're going to get guaranteed legendaries at probably a lower, at a better rate than we thought. That was really, really exciting to hear. I'm trying to think, there was maybe one other thing that I talked about with the group that I thought was pretty big. So let me double check if I don't want to forget about it. We're obviously talking in here, and I gave them, so they did that different. Yeah, those were just the two big updates. Was that it wasn't going to be probably the 1 in 425, and it wasn't going to be, and there was going to be guaranteed golds. The reason why that is so important for us, for the CAD holders of the CAD token that we're giving out for our sale group, is that the CAD token represents the ownership of all the extra legendary cards that the account gets going forward. And now that the number for them is going to be lowered, sure, the regular accounts are going to get maybe a little bit more legendary cards than we had calculated, which you could think hurts the value of that token. But now there's going to be legendaries. And let's just say, you know, someone like me, I'm going to have a total pack bought of somewhere around 3,200 to 3,700 packs. But what if legendaries needs like 4,000 packs? That means I won't get one. But that means one of the guys who bought 300 packs will combine with me and the account will get one. So now the account gets to keep those gold legendary cards. And so I'm very, very bullish on our group, on the CAD token, on our ability to do our plan and deliver a lot of SPS to people at the end of it. So that's all a really, really cool thing to have going on. Other than that, Splinterlands, you know, the market's down. DEC is down a little bit. I did a video a few days ago where I kind of explained I didn't expect DEC to hold that peg. I don't know where its bottom currently is in the current marketplace. I hope the team works on some things. I know one of the things we need to do is you need to be able to buy potions with DEC at a better rate. I shouldn't have to, you know, this one right here. Oh, they did. It looks like they finally, no, they didn't fix it. See, they're saying that this would cost me $92 and they want 92,000 DEC. 92,000 DEC is a lot more than $92 right now. So they should be only asking for about a fifth of that, like 20,000 DEC. And that would be good because then then people would actually use DEC to buy potions, and that would be a nice sink, and people would actually, because those ones go back to the team. They could sell them, but they also said in the AMA that they are not in the habit of just dumping those. So I do think that more sinks within the game where they get the DEC and they would not just dump them all in the marketplace. They use them for liquidity pools, or they just hold them and it becomes an asset under management. And then it's kind of like a trick any company can do. They can hold a lot of their own token. That helps drive the price of their token up because it's not getting dumped into the marketplace. But then when you look at their balance sheet, they have, you know, X amount of a token worth a certain amount of money. And even though we all know that, you know, if they were to sell that all, it wouldn't ever be worth that much money. It still shows that they're sitting on quite a lot of assets and that the company's healthy and has a good amount of money. All right, guys, we're going to end it there. Thanks for hanging out with me. I did kind of ramble a little bit in this one, but it was fun just to give you some updates. Again, if you make a comment on the Hive post, that will be in the description a little bit after the post goes live. I just have to repost some things and move some things around. You'll get a chance to win the 1000 DEC next time I do this. I might do the next video on Saturday and not Sunday, so it might be after 6 days. So make sure you get that comment in really quick. I try to do it on a week, but I was a day late this week. Thanks, everyone. Bye.